Shalishini es shmam l'shoinim malbisham. This is the famous reason that the Yidden were able to be redeemed from Mitzrayim. Compared to that, on the other side, we have that they were shtifim b'avodah zura. The Mechilta says, Mishchi yikchi lechem tzoin, Mishchi yidaychem b'avodah zura, shahoy shtifim ba. Another place says, adikim ba. They were connected. They were really deep into avodah zura. So on the one hand, you have people who are doing avodah zura, and on the other hand, you have Shalishini, Shmam, L'shoinim, Abish. They didn't change their names. How does that even weigh one against the other? That's the reason they should be redeemed, because they didn't change their names when they're busy doing avodah zura. How does it make any sense? Chazal also tell us that they had another good thing going for them. They didn't speak Lashon Hara. Wow, that's amazing. We know Chofetz Chaim. It's very important not to speak Lashon Hara, but how does that go on the scale? And another thing is also mentioned that they didn't do Ari'as. So that's a very big thing. They didn't do Ari'as. But the question is, what is the common denominator between these things? That in one place Chazal say that it was Lashini Shmam L'shoinam, Levisham, and then we have they didn't speak Lashon Hara, and then they didn't do Ari'as. What is the connection between them? Interesting to note, the Rebbeinu Shloilem, when he told Moshe Rabbeinu to go like V'moir, go tell Klal Yisrael that I'm going to take them out, he says, V'hoitzaisu es ami b'nai Yisrael, you take my nation. How did the Eibush call them my nation if they were doing Avodah Zura? The whole time, every time that Moshe went to Paris, he said, Koyam Hashem, Shalach Ami v'Yavdini, let my people go. My people? How are they my people if they're doing Avodah Zura? What makes them my people? The point of Gulas. What was the point of Gulas? The point of Gulas is for people to be exposed to bad tendencies, be exposed to things that are antithetical to Kedusha, and to withstand it. Gulas is a place where there are trials and tribulations, and you need to withstand the pressure and not act badly. Avodah Zura means that they were not so connected to the Eibishter. Avodah Zura. They served other things. They served, I don't know what they served in those days. According to Rambam, they served different kechovim, azulos, surim. They worked with magic. They did these type of things that were not kedusha. Fine, that's taka a bad thing. But let's look at it the other way. Did they maintain their own identity? Were they separate from the goyim? If they were separate from the goyim, then when they're given the correct information by Matan Torah, they'll separate from Avodah Zura too. But if they liked the goyim, if they wanted to emulate the goyim, if they were impressed by the goyim, if they were jealous of the goyim, then that's internal. That's something that I want to be that way. So when they get freedom, what are they going to do? Act like the goyim, because now I couldn't act like the goyim because I was downtrodden, I was a slave, I was in a bad state, I didn't have enough money, I didn't have enough freedom, I didn't have enough time. But once I'm free and I can do all of these things, where am I going to go? I'm going to go to where I want to go. And where do I want to go? I want to be like the goyim. I want to act like the goyim. I want to be important like the goyim. I want to have the same pleasures as the goyim. I want to have the same riches, the same activities as the goyim did. Why? Because I'm jealous of them, because I liked them, I was impressed by them, they meant something to me. Klal Yisrael was put into Mitzrayim, Ervas Uretz, the place where it was all about pleasure, it was all about Avaidis, in other words, Gilead Ayis, and all these kind of things. And what did Klal Yisrael do? They said, no, I don't want to have anything to do. That's what you do? That's not what I'm going to do. Shaloi hoya b'amarayis means that they didn't want to be like the goyim. They didn't speak Lashon Hara. What is the Lashon Hara that we're referring to? Moshe Rabbeinu said, you're telling Paroi about me that I killed the Mitzri, oy va'avoy, they have Lashon Hara, now I understand the problem. So the Lashon Hara we're referring to is not Lashon Hara that somebody says something, oh wow, you know what Yankel did, you know what Moshe did. No, it's referring to that a Yid would say something bad about another Yid to a Goy. That means that my affiliation, my connection, my part, what do I look up to is to the Goyim rather than to the Yidden. That is the Lashon Hara that Klal Yisrael did not have. One person, Nusach Vidim, had that, but nobody else had that. So that is what Chazal say. They didn't change their names. They didn't change their Levish. Why? They should have wanted to be like the Goyim. The Goyim are so much better. If I'm going to be like the Goyim, then I'm not going to have all these problems. No. I don't want to be like the Goyim. I don't have anything to do with them. If they do it, I want to do the opposite. That is the thing. That's why the Rebbeinu Shem said, Ami, they're my nation. The whole time, Shalach Ami, my people, my people. Why are they my people? Because that's all they care about. They care about being my people and not being the Goyish people. So no matter how many Avaidis they might have, if they're my people, they will eventually turn out right, and that's why they deserve to be redeemed.